Greetings, guys, gals, non-binary pals, and welcome back to another video. Today, I am joined by...
Tara Mooknee. Oh, why am I pointing
Why are
at
you pointing to me? You.
That's me.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, now that you know your own name, do you want to share a bit about who you are?
Yeah,
what you do?
so I do similar content to you in that I react and comment on chuds. Though, a fun fact about my channel is that it's the only YouTube channel where all videos are written and produced by a cow. She isn't here right now. She's out at the moment. But, yeah, she runs the channel.
Cow earrings to honor her.
Exactly,
today.
yeah. And she appreciates that. She said that. She complimented them before she left, right?
She did.
Yeah.
I was very appreciative. I'm glad she appreciated the thought and effort that I put into my presentation today.
You did.
Today, we are watching a video by Amala, who is under PragerU, a fun place. We love PragerU, right?
We were discussing earlier, we were like, is she also Daily Wire? Oh, no, she's PragerU, which is even worse, I think.
I think it might be.
But then Daily Wire has Matt Walsh, who's like one of the most evil living beings right now, so...
Yeah,
It's a toss-up. They're both pretty bad.
Don't sexualize yourself and then complain about being sexualized.
Well, this is going to be a goodie.
I already have regrets about choosing to watch this video.
Yeah. But I feel like we might learn some important things here in that that's wrong.
Yeah.
And she's young as well. She's, wait, let me look at how old she is.
I feel like mid-20s, I would assume.
She's also another one of those, I left the left, and it's like, yeah.
I don't think so.
She was born in 2000.
Oh, so she's my age. Oh, she's a bit younger than me. June 16.
Yeah.
I thought she was like 3 years older than me. I'm not gonna lie to you. I didn't realize she was younger than me. Kind of shocking information to have found that out. Honestly, how old did you think she was?
I thought like early 20s.
I thought when I first saw her videos, she would have been like 22, but this means she was like 19 when I first saw one of her videos, which is wild. That's the thing, I guess, is she's like, I was on the left, you were like 19.
Yeah.
So barely.
No, you were just a teenager who probably just didn't believe that gay people should be exterminated. Like, that doesn't mean you were on the left. Like, shall we start it? Are you ready?
Let's go.
Guys, there is a serious epidemic of women being sexualized at the gym.
I hate when they're sweeties. Makes me so uncomfortable. Feral.
Speak up.
The kicker is, many of them are doing it to themselves, let's be honest.
Okay, first impressions.
Every single one of those videos she showed, there was not a single remotely like sexual thing, even a little bit. She's like, you're asking to be sexualized. I hope you're giving more context than just those clips, because those were just women at the gym.
Yeah, and for context of what these clips are, is that these are clips that went viral. They're women sort of making claims that they're being sexualized by men at the gym, and people didn't react too well to this. Now, in one of them, in fairness, a woman does include a man's face, which is not great, you know, filming someone without their consent. However, I feel like the pile on she got was just so disproportionate to her mishap. Mooncat did a great analysis of this whole situation, and basically a lot of the discourse about this has all just been by men, and they just don't understand that being a woman visible, especially in places like the gym where your body is kind of doing things, you know, working out, you're sexualized, and it's kind of just like treated with instant suspicion. Would recommend that. But yeah.
I've seen so many women on the internet making these gym videos of themselves pretty scantily clad, and if not scantily clad, in skin-tight clothing that is essentially tantamount to body paint, and then complaining about men staring at them or glancing at them or asking to help them or use their machine at the gym.
I don't... What else are you meant to wear to the gym? What else are you meant to... What do men wear to the gym?
Some of them go shirtless.
Some of them go shirtless. They wear, like, shorts and, like, a lot of the time muscle shirts that are effectively shirtless.
And their little nips are pointing out.
Yeah, why is that, like... And I don't spend my time at the gym staring at men Like, that's not what I do there. I try to go in there and avoid men as much as possible when I used to go to the gym. Like, why am I not allowed to wear, like, leggings and stuff? How else am I meant to keep cool? I'm working out. Leggings and, like, shorts exist so that I'm not overheating.
It's the same kind of discussions we have to have in summer when we're wearing shorts. And it's like, oh, you're wearing shorts, but you're complaining about being sexualized. And it's like, I'm sorry, it's 30 degrees Celsius.
I have a body and I don't want to be overheating.
Yeah.
And it's not my problem.
Yeah.
It's happening all over the place. And I don't know if this is some sort of...
Multiple angles like Brett Cooper. It's like very interesting. These videos are very high production value in that they're being funded by, you know, PragerU, JD Wire. But they feel, I think that makes them feel very stale.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, this is obviously a set. It just feels very clinical.
It does. It feels like they've set it up to be relatable, but have set up the, like, least relatable bedroom ever.
Yeah, like, this is very odd.
It's very, very odd.
She's got Lincoln in the background.
She does.
Which I'm not saying, I'm not saying she wouldn't necessarily.
It's just an interesting choice.
Yeah.
To have a photo of Lincoln leaning against a plant on your bookshelf.
Yeah.
It's just odd, really.
Now, first thing I want to set aside and put a disclaimer towards is there are actual instances of women being sexualized at the gym in very uncomfortable ways that are by no means right on the man's part. And I'm not talking about those instances. I'm talking about women who show up at the gym, they're wearing basically nothing.
Are they naked? Is that what you're saying? Even if they were naked? Well, I mean, you're not allowed to be naked in public. That's a law. But,
Even if they were.
yeah.
Hypothetically speaking. It doesn't matter.
It's also just insulting to people's intelligence because
Yeah.
we all understand context, right? Like, sorry, this is a bit of a weird example, but this occurred to me the other day. Say you're dating a doctor. When they touch your boobs, it might mean something. But when they're a GP and they're giving someone like a breast exam to check if they've got breast cancer, there's a different context, right?
Yeah.
You should be able to understand that, like, yes, bodies can be sexualized, and there's nothing wrong with that if everyone's consenting, but just know that there's a time and a place.
Yeah, well, I used to be a piercer, right? Or I was a piercing assistant, and obviously I'm queer, and we had multiple women coming in every day to get their nipples pierced, and I spent, like, hours a day just, like, literally drawing dots on boobs.
Right.
That was my job. Not a single time did I ever think of it as anything other than,
Work.
This is my job, this is work. There was never a time where I thought of it as anything else. Because the context is so important. That wasn't a situation in which it was just work. And they
Yeah.
were just boobs. And this is just a body.
Exactly.
Like-
And the gym is not a place where you go to hook up.
Just imagine viewing, like, the world and life as just a place where you can, like, sexualize everything
Free
and
for
everyone.
all,
It's
yeah.
weird. It's so weird.
While simultaneously demonizing women if they sexualize themselves on their own terms. God forbid.
Yeah.
They set up their phone, they're filming themselves doing squats and are getting in all these different positions.
Getting in these positions.
That's what the gym is.
Are you talking about exercise? You're talking about exercise, aren't you?
These women are doing squats. That's disgusting.
They're asking for it.
They're asking to be sexualized. They're working out their legs.
CrossFit? Oh yeah. That always gets me going.
And some of them quite literally recognizing the fact that what they're doing is sexual, and then getting upset on the internet because men glance at them or a man looks at them. But they're fully willing to it.
That's so funny because they got a clip of Greta Thunberg
Yeah.
going, how dare you?
It's so funny.
So funny.
Fully willing to accept any sort of sexualized comment from another girl at the gym who says, oh, your butt looks super big today, or it looks so cute in those shorts. They're fully accepting of that, but when a man glances over, #MeToo, #Time's Up.
There's a reason for that.
It's about intent.
Yeah.
First and foremost. Intent is very, very important.
And it's about power dynamics. Like,
Yeah.
even though we're both queer, I will admit, and there might be some problem with that, I don't know. I find it less intimidating being sexualized by a woman than a man, and I think the reason for that is that with men, there's the ever-present threat of
Yeah.
potential violence.
Yeah. Yeah.
The power dynamic.
Yeah.
Right? Even though the potential for sex is with it, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. They're also oftentimes in the gym much bigger than you.
Right.
And there is
And
the
I'm
like...
smaller.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there is the looming potential that, like, if he wanted to hurt me, he absolutely could, kind of thing. And so, like, because there's so many men who, like, if you reject them, do act poorly, it is just this big, scary thing. And a lot of the time when men compliment you like that, they have, like, an expectation of a response, where a lot of women don't really have that. It's just they're complimenting you, you compliment them back, and there's no further expectation than that.
And also because the way we are socialised, and I think this is a shame, is that women are allowed to be more affectionate towards one another in a way that men aren't.
Yeah.
And therefore, when a man is complimentary of you, it can just be in a platonic way. It can be in an innocent way. However, just making an educated guess,
It's not.
it probably isn't. It probably isn't. And listen, I'm not saying it's not okay to hit on people, like you got to shoot your shot, but time and a place, and you've got to be appropriate about it.
And realize that when women are at the gym, they are already on the defense a lot of the time around men. Most of the time, the gym is a really bad place for men to approach women because we are in there with, like, a fear already there.
And this conversation started because I saw Bryson Gray tweet out this. He said, I'm supposed to believe that women wear this to the gym to work out and not for attention. Of course, there will be women who say, well, I just want to feel cute and I think it looks good. I'm not dressing for male validation. I'm dressing for me.
I used to go to the gym a lot. When I first moved here, I went to the gym for like 2 hours a day because I had nothing else to do. So I was at the gym a lot. And I have always struggled with body confidence. I've had eating disorders for years and years and years. And like there was a point where I got like, you know, I was finally feeling good within myself. And I like enjoyed wearing gym clothes and I like felt good in wearing them. And I was entirely just doing that because I'm like, this is the first time in a long time that I have felt like comfortable and confident, and like you want to show that off, but not in the sense of like I want people to sexualize me, but I feel like I look good and I don't mind other people appreciating that I look good. It's fine for people to acknowledge that I look good, but there's a difference between people thinking you look good and people sexualizing you.
Exactly. It's like you can want to look sexy, you can want to look cute. That doesn't mean you want to be objectified.
No.
That doesn't mean you want to be ogled at. There's like a way of doing it that's appropriate. Like, no, some women might find this annoying, but sometimes if a man says to me like, hey, you look nice, like some women might find that annoying because like, I'm working or whatever. I wouldn't necessarily, like there's a way of saying it that isn't creepy and weird. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, thanks. That's nice. That's really nice of you.
Yeah.
Whereas there's like, look at that cake. Peachy, nom 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 nom. That feels very objectifying.
Yeah, and if a woman said that to me, I would feel uncomfortable as well.
Yeah,
Even if a woman
anyone.
if anyone like sexualized me vocally, I would be uncomfortable. It's just that women don't tend to do that as much.
Because they know how it feels.
Yeah.
They know how it feels.
But like, I get compliments by men every now and then, which are like, I really like your hair looks really cool, I really like your outfit, and I'm like, that's great, that's cute, thank you, I appreciate
it's
that.
It's not about your body,
creepy.
it's not about like specific body
No,
parts.
they're not like looking at my body, they're looking at like, it's because that's more your personality, right?
Yeah.
My hair, my makeup, my clothes, that is me, that's my personality, that's not anything more than that. Whereas when they look at you as like a body, it's very objectifying and dehumanizing. If people just compliment you on your body, you're like, okay, well now that's not who I am.
No,
you know?
yeah, exactly.
Interestingly enough, this tweet got 86,000 likes on it and 10 million views, so a lot of people had many things to say. A girl by the name of Kendra Sutherland responded and said, women don't wear cute, sexy clothing for your attention. However, it turns out that Kendra Sunderland is a porn star.
And
So much wrong with that statement. I hate this whole like, you don't want to be objectified and sexualized without your consent, but you're a sex worker. Well, you're not a human being.
when sex workers are outside of their job, they are people. They're people doing their job. But when they're doing their job, if you are doing porn, then yes, in that moment during the porn, they are asking to be sexualized. That's literally their job. Cameras turn off, they're not asking to be sexualized anymore. They go to the gym, not asking to be sexualized.
Yeah.
You can feel confident and hot in your body and want to show off your body without it being in a sexual way. Again, you can appreciate that I look good without just diminishing me down into just my body.
And this animal-based desire.
Yeah. And also viewing a body as like a body rather than just something that you are attracted to or want to like have sex with, you know?
Yeah, exactly. Also, who's to say this outfit isn't comfortable? It just
It
looks
looks
like
comfortable.
leggings. Yeah, I don't...
It looks fine.
Yeah, it looks like she's got her socks on. It just looks like a unitard. Is that what you call it?
I think so.
Yeah.
It doesn't look uncomfortable.
No, I mean it looks like a bit annoying to go to the toilet in. But
Yeah, it
that's
does.
my only complaint.
It kind of looks like she wore an open back top so she could, like, if she's doing Instagram videos or TikToks, I don't know entirely what she does, but if she's doing, like, workout tutorials, outfits like this can be good because it shows which muscles she's using in her back and her
you
shoulders.
can see all her back muscles.
You can see her back muscles. And if she's doing a tutorial, which she's possibly doing, it's, like, more helpful to be, like, use these muscles, you know? And in leggings like that as well, you can accentuated like the muscles that she's using and stuff. I feel like it would surely be helpful in showing people how to do things.
Exactly.
So I'm not sure she is the best person to go to as far as asking why women wear particular clothing. And if you scroll down, Kendra Sunderland is wearing this little cute outfit and says Vacation Barbie.
But she said women. She's not talking about herself specifically. Like, yes, maybe in that context she is advertising her OnlyFans because she's like, yeah, I make sexual content, blah, blah, blah. She's talking about herself in that instance. You're conflating the two. Whereas she's saying women don't inherently look cute for you.
No.
She might in her work for her audience.
But you don't see her wearing shit that she doesn't post on Twitter. The stuff that she doesn't post on Twitter and like her outfits that she goes out in.
Yeah, when she goes to the grocery store.
Yeah.
Do you think she wears that? I highly doubt it.
Yeah, and even if she did, since she's not
On duty.
on duty and the mindset that she's in, it's all dependent on like, you know,
Exactly.
what the context is.
This is such a, no offense to your dog, this is such a golden retriever brain take in that like women be sexy, women like being sexy, therefore women always be sexy and women want to be sexualized. It's just like, you just, come on, you understand that context, nuance, like come on. Dude, just think about it for more than 5 seconds and it's really not that hard.
It's really not that hard.
But I thought, let's search hashtag gymgirl on something like TikTok and see what pops up. And when you search this hashtag, just look what you see.
But these are the most viewed videos and they're the most viewed because people like butts.
Yeah?
That's not representative of all the content.
No.
And also, like, the people that do this kind of workout... Okay, how do I say this politely? If you are someone who works out at the gym and does, like, butt exercises, you're gonna have an amazing butt.
Mm-hmm.
That's okay.
I appreciate a good butt.
Yeah.
Look at they have great butts.
Yeah. But
And
that doesn't mean
I'm not viewing them in a sexual way
Yeah.
at all. I'm just looking at them like, oh my god, you have a nice butt.
Yeah.
End
it's not
of
like
thought.
I want to do things to you without your... You know what I mean? Like, no. It's just saying, like,
You have a
good
nice
for you.
You've worked hard and you have a nice butt.
Yeah.
End of thought. They're posting this because they obviously acknowledge that they look good in these posts, or they wouldn't post it on the internet. That's how the internet works.
Yes.
But like, you can want attention and want people to think that you look good without them making gross comments towards you.
Yeah, there's a way of... Oh, God. There's a line.
Mm-hmm.
You can give a compliment without being weird about it.
And most of these videos are for women.
Yeah, exactly.
They're
for
not.
other women.
They're not posted for men to watch. They're posted for women. They're
Yeah,
like,
tutorials.
hey, women, here's some good workouts that I do at the gym to have a good butt.
Yeah.
Hey, women, don't be afraid to go to the gym. Here are some tips on how to be safe. That's what most of this is. It's not for men.
Girls with clothing tighter than clothing has ever been made.
You're showing... You're showing some people in very baggy t-shirts. So obviously you're just picking out what you want. You're picking out the ones that help your point. There are also women there in big baggy t-shirts.
And like tight clothing is good for the gym because it's like, it's cooling, and also if you're on the weight machines and stuff and you're wearing baggy clothes, it has the potential to get like caught.
Exactly. She might be doing a different exercise.
She might be like cardio and stuff. Baggy clothes works great. If you're weight training, tighter clothing just is safer. In general, it is just safer to wear.
Yeah.
showing off their bodies, particularly their butts, working out right in the camera. This girl even acknowledges, look, she's a 10, but she gives herself wedgies at the gym.
Okay, so you're talking about a woman who's acknowledged that her butt looks good and that she accentuates it. Has that particular woman made a video saying, I don't want anyone to acknowledge that I have a good butt? Because you seem to be conflating all gym girls.
Yeah.
If she then went and made a video saying, no, I don't have a good butt, why would you notice that? Then it would be a bit like, oh, well, you just said that you... Not that, again, it wouldn't make it okay to be creepy about it, but like, you're getting individual examples and then painting it as the rule.
Yeah.
If you're walking around a neighborhood wearing a Rolex and a Gucci belt and carrying a Birkin bag.
I don't know if I like where this analogy is going.
This is a really...
Are you comparing Rolexes to someone's body, Amala?
My good God. This is so insane because this is the analogy that people started using to talk about the, like, you asked for it rule, being like, you wouldn't blame someone wearing a Rolex for getting their, like, watch stolen. And she's, like, totally taken that, being like, no, yes, I would. It's like, what?
No, I victim blame in all instances.
I victim blame in all instances. It's never your fault if you get shit stolen. Hello. A Rolex and your body.
It's not the same. It's not the same. It's not the same.
Not even a little bit.
Yeah, it's not the same kind of violation. Like, don't get me wrong, getting mugged is horrible, but it's just not the same.
I would give, like, all of my money away before I choose to be, like, sexually assaulted.
Yeah.
And you're in an unsafe environment, you probably wouldn't be, like, flashing your Rolex to everybody who walks past you, would you? And that's not to say that women deserve the negative attention they get, but we need to be cognizant that there are certain things that we do that bring about that attention. If a man suddenly shows a lot of interest in you because you're standing in front of him in your bra and underwear, that's probably not the man who loves you for your personality.
Saying, standing in front of a man in your, like, bra and underwear, he's gonna not like you for your personality or whatever, he's there for... There are very, very few circumstances in which you are going to be standing in front of a man in your bra and underwear that aren't in a sexual context.
Yeah.
Very, very few
Unless
instances.
you're a lingerie model.
Yeah. So it is not really comparable to a gym.
I think it's sad that... I mean, don't get me wrong, there is a component of when people objectify you and sexualize you without your consent. Yes, they don't value you as a human. But it's interesting how... And I think a lot of conservatives do this. They conflate sexualizing, like consensual sexualizing, with not valuing the person. Like, and I think that's very telling. I think that's projecting the idea that if someone finds you sexy, they're not appreciating you for all your other things. And it's like, has it occurred to you that part of finding you sexy is because they know you and your personality, and that enhances, like, how turned on they're getting by your body because they know the personality behind it and the... Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, and it's weird, I find, as you say... My arm is stuck forever now. It's weird, as you say, like, I find it very interesting that, yeah, people are able to just sexualize people, and for some reason, a lot of these men as well, like you less when you become more of a person, which I find interesting. Like, they will sexualize women in the gym, but as soon as they say a word, they're, like, suddenly not interested.
They're like, oh, whoa.
You're not allowed to speak.
No.
I just want to look at you.
Yeah.
Which is so strange to me, because I'm very much the other way, of which I don't really, people always say this is what demisexual is, but whatever, of like, I'm not really sexually attracted to anyone until, like, they have a personality to go with it.
No, same.
And then the more I get to know that person, either the more attractive they become or the less attractive they become. But everyone starts off, like, relatively neutral. You could be someone who I don't find super attractive, but if you are, like, an amazing person, I will find you attractive.
Right. Exactly.
And it's weird that people seem to have that, like, as soon as, like, sex workers have, like, a personality, men are suddenly like, that's disgusting.
So I didn't sign up for this.
Why do you exist off of OnlyFans? Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
I'm fully on board with people who want to say, you know, I should be able to wear whatever I want. I make my own choices. I dress for myself. Sure, you can go ahead and do that. But we also need to be aware of the reality that wearing certain things does bring about certain attention.
But it doesn't have to. It doesn't have to, though.
It doesn't have to.
This is the whole thing. If they're like, it's like schools always say, they're like, we're preparing you for the real world. What we should be doing is preparing people to create a better world. Stop telling everyone to just like, this is just how it is. Accept it. No.
Also,
change it.
It's subjective. Like, where do you draw the line? Because, like, yes, you might look at that and say that's really sexual, but some people, like, for example, in my primary school in the US, like, we weren't allowed to wear spaghetti straps because that was seen as sexual on, like, a fucking 5-year-old.
So
and, like,
fucking weird.
Some people think leggings are inherently sexual. Some people think that showing leg at all is sexual, whereas some people don't. Like, it's culture bound and it's so subjective that it's like you're never going to be able to be free of sexualization. Therefore, blaming the person wearing the stuff is just silly, because how are they supposed to know? They literally cannot avoid being sexualized. So how about we take responsibility for ourselves and not, like, be creepy?
The issue is a lot of these girls are hopping on the internet and complaining about the attention that they're getting. Much like the very popular Jessica Fernandez video that went viral last week of her working out at the gym and complaining about a man giving her glances.
Okay, she's finally got an example of a woman actually complaining about attention, because so far all she's shown is girls at the gym.
With not ever showing them actually ever complaining.
Yeah.
Just being like, these girls are wearing this and they're complaining. I'm like, you haven't shown me any evidence of that.
It's like, where's the evidence?
I hate when there's weirdos. Makes me so uncomfortable. Feral.
Which she later apologized for, and I'll give her credit for that, but many other women are doing the same thing and not apologizing at all. And I just wanted to put out a little PSA, that you can't go to the gym
That's
and
impressive.
do stuff like this.
What the heck?
Like this girl.
How is she doing
Say,
that?
oh my gosh, people are staring at me. You should not be surprised by that whatsoever.
Did she complain that people were looking at her
Yeah,
while doing that?
She very briefly showed the tweet.
Why are you guys staring at me? It makes me feel unsafe. Girls at the gym. She didn't complain though.
So that's not even her
That's not even
saying
her
that.
saying
it's
it.
some guy called Dick Whitman.
Fitting.
So they got this clip of this woman, like, with her legs sprawled like that, and she's doing weights, and she's not said anything. I know he's being hyperbolic, but still, like,
Yeah.
you're straw manning. You're putting...
Absolutely. Like, this woman doing this, I guarantee would not tweet that. Not even in a sexual way. I would look at her because I'd be like, how is she doing that?
Yeah.
Like I said, this is not just happening in the gym. It's happening all over the place of girls sexualizing themselves and then complaining about being sexualized.
Because sexualizing yourself is not giving consent to others to sexualize you.
Yep.
What's not clicking?
It's not difficult.
It's
really not
it's
difficult.
So not.
It's
It's
really,
very...
really simple to understand.
Oy vey.
I've never struggled in my life to not sexualize someone.
Yeah.
How about you? You've ever struggled?
No.
No?
Can't say I have.
No, it's not difficult.
Yeah.
Is there any room for this conversation? I know this is a tough conversation to have in today's day and age because we're supposed to just view everybody as a victim of everything and take everybody's word for whatever they say happened instead of analyzing the situation and trying to take accountability and responsibility for how people interact with us, people's reaction to us, and our own reactions to those things.
How about we all just take responsibility for ourselves?
Just take responsibility for yourself.
You can only do... That's all that you can do. You can only be in control of you and what you do. You can't control what other people do. You can't predict what other people do. So let's all just be accountable for ourselves. How about that?
Yeah, and then just like be a respectful, decent human being.
Yeah.
That's really all you have to do. And don't blame your actions on other people because you made that choice.
How you treat other people is an action you're doing.
Yeah. I love that in that whole video, she used one single example about a woman complaining. One example. And I thought she was kind of valid in it. She was like, this dude keeps staring at me and I'm feeling uncomfortable about it. If a man is standing there and doesn't really move much and he just stays standing in one place and constantly looks over at you, you do start to feel a bit like uncomfortable.
It's about someone being in your space. I saw
Yeah.
a video like this where, you know, when you're on a bus and say the bus is empty and someone sits next to you, that's fucking weird because they have the
so
option to
weird.
sit away from you, whereas the context is different if you're on a busy bus. It's about context.
It's about context, it's about situation, and like just constantly ogling over someone at the gym is like, it's not appropriate.
No.
And it makes you uncomfortable. I'm wearing what I wear to the gym because it's comfortable, it's easy to exercise in, and sometimes I'm feeling myself. And I don't mind you acknowledging that I look good. Just just don't approach me or stare at me.
Just don't be weird.
Just don't be weird.
Just don't be weird.
Continuing victim blaming continues to give people an excuse to take advantage of people who are painted to be asking for it.
Yeah.
It's a whole big, awful, terrible cycle.
Yep.
Of like, she was asking for it. Oh, so if she's wearing that, she's asking for it. It's like,
but then also, how dare she be sexual?
Yeah.
You can't win.
You can't win
under patriarchy.
No, you can't win. Well, that was fun. How did you find the video?
Fun. I liked the bits where we were talking, and I liked when Siggy came up.
When Siggy came up, that was good.
Nice. That was the highlight. It's funny how she frames it as like this really hot take, as like, oh, I'm gonna get cancelled for saying this, and it's like, this is what loads of people think. Like, this is the cultural norm to blame women. So, like,
so
you are the yeah.
They're like, I get cancelled for being conservative. Your government was conservative 5 seconds ago.
Like, you are the establishment. Like, calm down.
People are going to cancel me for being Christian. 60% of America is Christian. What do you mean I'm going to get cancelled for being Christian?
It's like, you're not special. You're not unique.
Oh dear, it's so like, even here, like, British people, they're like, you're gonna cancel me because I'm conservative. We literally have the Conservative Party won,
and we've had them for more than a decade,
for a long time. Like, they get the votes, so you're not in the minority.
No.
This has been the fun video of don't sexualize yourself and complain about being sexualized. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for coming along.
Yes.
And woo! Where can the people find you?
So, my main channel is Tara Mooknee, spelt moo like cow, moo, and then knee like kneecap. And then I've got a second channel coming out called Tara Tooney.
Very clever.
Yeah, which we just filmed a video for. So
Go check that out.
Watch the space.
A massive thank you to my Sprout and Above patrons whose names are up on the screen right now. And a huge thank you to my Kiwi Cat patrons, Wolf, Toulousk, Bobby, Josh, Mandy, Robbie, Ikazel, Kai, Jessica, Eldo, Ida, Queer Corey, Mick McKenna, Anna, Raven, Danielle, Elias, and Evie. Yeah, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram, The Queer Kiwi, and Twitter, That Queer Kiwi. I hope that you enjoy the rest of your day. Stay safe. Keep fighting. I love you. Bye.
Bye.